Well, all right, everybody. We are back with another episode of TNA Impact. So, we'll take a quick look at last week's episode where we had ODB defeat Lacey Von Erich in our opening pre show match. We had Eric Young defeat Rodney Mack. Jeff Jarrett welcoming everybody, saying, hey, you know what? We got a pretty good card stacked up for tonight, so let's see what we can do. Then we had an opening six-man X Division match. We had James Mitchell warning TNA about his monster, the Monster Abyss. Um, then we had AMW, America's Most Wanted, defeat the Latin American Exchange. We had the Motor City Machine Guns hyping up their tag team match for tonight against the British Invasion. We had Gail Kim and Tara defeat the Beautiful People. We had Samoa Joe lay out his warning to TNA about how he is here and he is going to be a champion. Then we had Samoa Joe choke out Amazing Red in under 7 minutes. Kurt Angle talking about how he is going to be the first ever TNA World's Heavyweight Champion after Genesis in a couple of weeks. Then we had a big tag team match between Kurt Angle and Abyss taking on AJ Styles and Desmond Wolfe. And then after the match, we had Jeff Jarrett attack Kurt Angle with his guitar, just hit him right over the head with it. And we got a 71 rating, so it's not too horrible. It's not too good either. But we are working on taking our way up the ladder. We are currently sitting at 13th overall in the world. So we are going to work our way up. We are going to eventually get up really high. We'll see how it goes. But I am going to book the show, so I will be right back. Right, everybody, we are back. We have the show booked. Let's kick into it with our first pre-show match. In a pre-show bout that had a decent reaction from the crowd with subpar wrestling, Michael Shane defeated Amazing Red in 9:49 by pinfall with Sweet Sean music. Sweet Shane music. The crowd heat at the end is expected and simmering. The wrestling rating is a 49. The crowd rating is a 37. The segment got a 56, and Michael Shane had a 50. Amazing Red had a 48. Our referee Mike Sparks debuted his staff member gimmick, and it was inadequate. Michael Shane's creative finish went over well. The commentary quality lifted it. The color commentary gave it a boost. So let's head off into our next pre-show match. In a poor pre-show match, Taylor Wilde and Sarita and Rosita defeated the Beautiful People, Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, and Lacey Von Erich in 10:28 when Rosita pinned Velvet Sky with a moonsault. So the crowd heat is expected and simmering. The wrestling rating is a 44. The crowd rating was a 32. The segment got a 47. Taylor Wilde had a 42. Rosita had a 55. Sarita had a 52. Lacey had a 34. Velvet had a 39. And Angelina had a 45. So Sarita debuted her demanding diva gimmick, and it got an initial rating of very good. Rosita debuted her bitch gimmick, and it got an initial rating of adequate. It advanced the Knockouts Reign storyline. Angelina Love was off her game. Lacey Von Erich was off her game. The commentary quality lifted it. The color commentary gave it a boost. And Taylor Wilde was penalized due to the effects of going through personal issues. So let's head to our last pre-show match. In a pre-show bout that had good heat and decent wrestling, Muhammad Hassan defeated Eric Young in 10 minutes and 20 seconds by pinfall with the finishing touch. I have no idea what that is. Maybe that's a spiral thing he did. The crowd heat at the end is expected and simmering. The wrestling rating is a 63. The crowd rating is a 55. The segment rating was a 67. Muhammad Hassan had a 67. Eric Young had an in-ring performance of 59. Muhammad debuted his terrorist gimmick and it got an initial rating of poor. And the commentary quality lifted the match. So that's not too bad. A pretty good showing for Muhammad, if you ask me. So let's head off into the beginning of the show. Well. Yeah. Looks like we're kicking things off in a big way tonight, you know. TNA has always been about giving the fans the best wrestling action on the planet. But to take this company to the next level, we need structure. We need leadership. We need someone who's going to keep everybody in line while still delivering the absolute best product week after week. And that's why, as the founder of TNA, I went out and found the perfect man for the job. He's got experience, the brains, and the guts to make the tough calls to ensure that TNA stays the #1 destination for professional wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you the new authority figure of TNA, Jim Cornette. Dun, 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 dun. Thank you, Jeff. It's great to be here in TNA where the action is hotter, the athletes are better, and the future of wrestling is being built from the ground up. Now, I know some of you may think, what's Jim Cornette doing here in TNA? Well, let me tell you, I've been around the business for decades, and when I look at this roster, I see the most talented group of wrestlers I've laid eyes on. But talent isn't enough. To be the best, you've got to deliver matches that people will talk about for years, and that's exactly what I'm here to do, so let's get right down to business, shall we? Tonight, I'm not wasting any time. I'm making matches that are going to blow the roof off this place. First up, we've got TNA's golden boy, AJ Styles. AJ, you're the face of this company, but tonight you're stepping into the ring with a brand new signee. That's right, folks, TNA's roster is getting stronger, and AJ's about to find out exactly what I'm talking about when he faces... Oh, nope. Booker T. And if that's not enough, for our main event, we've got the wrestling machine, the Olympic gold medalist himself, Kurt Angle. But Kurt's not going to be standing across the ring from just anybody. Oh no, tonight he's going head-to-head with another one of TNA's newest signings. A man who's proven himself all over the world, a man who's here to make a statement. Kurt Angle versus Christian Cage. So there you have it, folks. 2 matches that are going to set the tone for the future of TNA. This isn't just wrestling. This is total nonstop action. And tonight, we prove why we're the best damn wrestling company in the world. Now let's get this show on the road. So the crowd is hot and rising. The segment got a 70, so that's fantastic. Jim Cornette debuted his old school manager gimmick, and it got an initial rating of very good. It advanced all of our storylines. Jeff Jarrett came across good. Jim Cornette performed poorly in the segment, so that's horrible. Jeff Jarrett did a masterful job improvising interactions with the crowd. Jim Cornette did not do well without a script to follow, that is highly unlikely. The commentary quality lifted it. The angle got the crowd up hotter, and the angle got the show off to a strong start. So let's head in to our first match, which is the Motor City Machine Guns versus the British Invasion. In a decent match, the Motor City Machine Guns defeated the British Invasion in 13-14 when Alex Shelley pinned Doug Williams with a shell shock. Brutus Magnus was the weakest link, struggling to keep up with everybody. The crowd at the end is white hot. The wrestling rating was a 63. The crowd rating was a 43, and the segment got a 75. So Chris Sabin had a 69. Alex Shelley had a 72. Doug Williams had a 61, and Brutus Magnus had a 49. It advanced the Tag Team Warfare storyline. The creative finish that I used for the match was a success. Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin had great chemistry when teaming together. They also got a Tag Team Specialist bonus. Don West and Mike Tenay have pretty good chemistry when calling matches. The commentary quality lifted the match, and the match got the crowd hotter. So that is fantastic. So let's head off into the next segment. Ooh, that is horrible. Tonight, TNA fans are in for something special. The iconic Hardy Boys are here in TNA, and they're about to make an impact. Jeff, Matt, welcome to TNA. What can the fans expect from you two here in this company? Thanks, JB. And you know what? This is a long time coming. For years, the Hardy Boys have been known for creating history in tag team division, breaking down boundaries, and putting everything on the line for the fans. But now we're here to do something different. We're here to make an impact. You see, when we got here, we saw a company full of talent, full of potential, but there was something missing. There was a spark that wasn't quite ignited yet. But that's going to change starting tonight because the Hardy Boys aren't here to just participate. We're here to set the company on fire, to elevate the game, and take this place to new heights. We came here to show the world that we're still the most creative, most daring, and the most unpredictable tag team in professional wrestling. And here's the thing, JB, and to every single person in that locker room, we're not here to just put on good matches. We're here to break through. We're here to challenge the best, face the best, and leave a legacy that will be remembered for generations. We came to TNA to make an impact, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So to every team in that locker room, be ready because the Hardys are here, and we don't just want to win, we want to dominate. We want to show why we're still the best damn tag team in this business, and we're going to do it here in TNA. TNA, get ready because the Hardy Boys are about to change the game, and we're just getting started. So the crowd is very hot. The segment got a 64, but I already see why. Jeff Hardy debuted his charismatic Enigma gimmick, and it got an initial rating of very good. Matt Hardy debuted the Thrill Seeker gimmick, and it got an adequate. It advanced both the storylines. Matt Hardy came out looking excellent, and BG James, so now we know, Road Dogg is here, and he is not a very good road agent, so I have to change that. And the the commentary quality lifted the segment. So let's head off to our next match. Hey, not bad. In a decent match, Christopher Daniels defeated Sanjay Dutt in 11:40 by pinfall with the last rights. The crowd heat at the end is very hot. The wrestling rating was a 60. The crowd rating is a 49, so we got a 69 out of that match. Christopher Daniels had a 62. Sanjay Dutt had a 58. The X Division Mayhem storyline advanced. Don West and Mike Tenay have pretty good chemistry when calling matches. And the commentary quality lifted the match. So, we're just kind of trying to build up Christopher Daniels a little more and some of the other X Division guys that we got. So let's head in to our next segment. Ooh, that is horrible. James Mitchell, Abyss. I've been listening to all this talk about how you two are ready to take on anyone, that you're ready to wreak havoc on TNA, and you're going to destroy anyone who stands in your way. Well, let me tell you something you might not understand just yet. You've made a grave mistake. You've gone and bitten off more than you can chew, gentlemen, because you see, I'm not like the rest of the men in the locker room who are content with just fighting. I don't just brawl. I outthink you. I outclass you. And when I step into the ring, I do so with a level of intelligence and calculations that neither of you can possibly comprehend. Abyss, you may be big. You may be scary. And you may have a little monster inside you. But let's be real, size and brute force are nothing compared to the mind of a man who knows exactly how to take advantage of every single opportunity. You want to fight me? Fine. But you're not going to overpower me. You're not going to intimidate me. And you're certainly not going to outsmart me. As for you, Mitchell, you're nothing more than a sideshow, a little puppet master trying to pull the strings. But let me make this clear. You can't control me, and you can't control what happens when we step into the ring. So you might want to rethink your little game plan before you and your monster end up on the receiving end of something you didn't expect. Because I'll tell you right now, when I step into this ring with you two, it won't be a fight. It'll be a lesson in how to make a monster bleed and how to make a man like you, Mitchell, realize that there are forces at play in this company that even you can't control. Consider this your warning. If you want a match with me, you're going to get a whole lot more than you bargained for. Trust me, boys. You don't want to make an enemy out of Desmond Wolfe. So the crowd at the end is hot but cooling. The segment was a 35, so I need to find another way to get Desmond over. So it advanced the Wolf versus the Monster storyline. The commentary lifted it. The color commentary gave it a boost, and the angle cooled the crowd a little. So let's head to our next match. Oh, man, BG again. And a bout that had good, great heat and decent wrestling, Matt Hardy defeated Bobby Lashley in 15:29 by pinfall with a twist of fate. The crowd is now white hot. The wrestling rating got a 64. The crowd rating got a 63. The segment got a 60. Matt Hardy had a 50 or a 69. Bobby Lashley had a 59. Bobby Lashley debuted his Almighty gimmick, and it got an initial rating of great. It advanced our Matt Hardy storyline. Mike Tenay and Don West have pretty good chemistry. BG could have done a better job. The commentary quality lifted the match, and the match got the crowd hotter. So let's head to our next segment. And it got a 52. Man. So after his match, Matt Hardy is celebrating, and then, bam, he gets hit with a pipe from behind by a masked man who is D'Angelo De Niro. So the crowd is very hot. The segment got a 52. D'Angelo De Niro debuted his Egomaniac gimmick, and it got an initial rating of very good. It advanced the Pope versus Matt Hardy storyline. Let's head to our next segment. I need to take him off. So this is what all the fuss is about, huh? Total non-stop action, the greatest wrestling company in the world, and tonight Christian Cage steps into the ring in the main event against none other than Kurt Angle. Now let's talk about Kurt Angle for a second. Olympic gold medalist, multi-time world champion, one of the best to ever lace up a pair of boots. I got all the respect in the world for what Kurt's done in this business. But here's the thing. You can stack up all the accolades, all the medals, all the championships you want, but none of that is going to save you when you step into the ring with me. Because tonight isn't just another match, and this isn't just another main event. Tonight is about making a statement. Tonight is about proving that Christian Cage didn't come to TNA to just sit back, crack jokes, and collect a paycheck. No, no, no. I came here to do what I've always done. Steal the show, win championships, and cement my legacy as one of the all-time greats. Kurt, you're good. Hell, you're great. But you've never faced anyone like me. I'm faster, I'm smarter, and I've got something that no one else in this business has. The unshakable belief that I am destined to be the very best. And tonight, when the bell rings, I'm not just fighting for a win. I'm fighting for something bigger. I'm fighting to show every single fan in this arena, every viewer watching at home, and even you, Kurt, that Christian Cage belongs at the very top of this business. When I beat Kurt Angle tonight, it won't just be a victory, it'll be a message to every single person in that locker room The pecking order has changed because from this moment forward, TNA isn't just about wrestling. It's about the instant classic. So, Kurt, lace those boots tight because tonight I'm walking into the ring to fight. And when it's all said and done, you're going to realize there's only one man who can truly define greatness in TNA, and his name is Christian Cage. So the crowd is very hot. The segment got a 65. I was so hoping for so much better. Christian Cage debuted his cocky gimmick, and it got an initial rating of great. It advanced the AJ, Kurt, and Jeff Jarrett storyline. Christian Cage's angle idea was a success. And BG could have done a better job, and the commentary quality lifted the match. So let's head to our next match. In a bout that had fantastic heat and great wrestling, AJ Styles defeated Booker T in 17-14 by pinfall with the Styles Clash. The crowd heat is very hot. The wrestling rating was a 73. The crowd rating was a 74. The segment was a 76. AJ had a 72. Booker T had a 73. Booker T debuted his royalty gimmick and it got an initial rating of great. It advanced the AJ, Kurt, and Jarrett storyline. Don West and Mike Tenay have pretty good chemistry when calling matches. Yeah, it's the best match we've had so far. Let's head off and do our next segment. And it got a 60. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight marks a monumental moment for the Knockouts division for TNA as a whole. Please welcome one of the most decorated and charismatic women in wrestling, making her TNA debut, Hardcore Country Mickie James. Thank you, JB. Wow, what a welcome. Let me just say, it feels so good to be here in TNA, and this is the place where the best wrestlers in the world are making history, and I couldn't wait to be a part of it. Now, I know the Knockouts division has been turning heads, breaking barriers, and proving that women's wrestling is just as tough, just as intense, and just as important as everything else in this business. But let's cut to the chase, shall we? I didn't come here to just make friends and take in the sights. I came here for one reason only, to become the first ever TNA Knockouts champion. That title isn't just another accolade, it's a symbol of something I fought for my entire career, and it's a chance to prove once again that Mickie James doesn't just keep up, she leads the pack. Every woman in that locker room, Velvet Sky, Angelina Love, Gail Kim, Tara, and anyone else who thinks they can stand in my way, you better be ready because Hardcore Country doesn't back down from a fight. I've been through the wars, I've been underestimated, and I've been told what I can and can't do, and guess what? I've proved them wrong every single time. So tonight is the beginning of something special. This is the start of my journey at the top of the Knockouts division, and when the dust settles, when the bell rings, and when the championship is around my waist, everyone will know Mickie James didn't just come here to make an impact. I came here to make history. Now, JB, if you'll excuse me, I've got some boots to lace up and a legacy to build. See y'all out there. So the crowd heat is very hot. Mickie James debuted her country music singer gimmick, and it got an initial rating of very good. It advanced the Knockouts reign storyline, and the commentary quality lifted the match. So let's head into Mickey's match. Oh, that's fantastic. In a decent match, Mickie James defeated Lacey Evans in 8:22 by pinfall with the LeRae DDT. The crowd is simmering down a little bit. The wrestling rating is a 61. The crowd rating is a 48. The segment got a 71. Mickie had an in-ring performance of 73. Lacey Evans had a 50. Lacey Evans debuted her Southern Belle gimmick, and it got an initial rating of great. It advanced the knockout reign. The commentary quality lifted the match, and this match did its job and gave the crowd a breather. So let's head into our next segment. Last week, Last week, we all something that crossed the line. After a grueling tag team match where I carried my team to victory, Jeff Jarrett, the so-called King of the Mountain, decided to remind me why he's really here. And no, it's not to wrestle, it's not to compete. It's to swing a damn guitar like it's 1999 and run like a coward. You know, Jeff, I get it. You're threatened by me. You see me as the biggest threat to everything you built here in TNA. I walked in, I dominated, I've proven time and time again that I'm not just the best wrestler in this company, I'm the best wrestler in the world. But let me tell you something, Jarrett. That guitar shot didn't just hurt, it woke me up. It reminded me that while I've been focusing on wrestling, you've been focused on protecting your ego, and now you've got my full attention. You could swing all the guitars you want, Jeff. You could try to humiliate me. You could try to stop my momentum. But the fact is, there's nothing you can do to keep me from getting what I want. And what I want is simple revenge. So, Jeff, you better watch your back because I'm not coming for a handshake, a chat, or an apology. I'm coming to make you pay. Whether it's in this ring, backstage, in the parking lot, I'm going to find you. And when I do, you're going to wish you had never picked up that damn guitar in the first place. And one more thing. You can call yourself the king of the mountain all you want, but the reality is, there's only one man at the top of TNA. There's only one man who's going to leave this place as the undisputed champion, and it sure as the hell isn't you. Jeff, you've made the biggest mistake of your career, and trust me, you're about to find out when you mess with Kurt Angle, you get broken. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. So the crowd is hot and rising. It advanced the AJ Kurt and Jeff Jarrett storyline. The segment got an 84, and the crowd got hotter. So let's head to our main event. Not bad. In an exceptional match, Kurt Angle defeated Christian Cage in 15:25 when Christian was disqualified. When Jeff Jarrett ran in and attacked Kurt Angle, the match, the crowd is hot. The wrestling rating was an 80. The crowd rating was a 73. The segment got a 79. Kurt Angle had a 94. Christian had a 67. Our other referee, Chris K, debuted as staff member, got an adequate. It advanced the AJ, Kurt, and Jeff storyline, and the match got the crowd buzzing. So let's finish the show off here. We got a 78, and it didn't result in any popularity changes. That's weird because we're not anywhere near any of that. So let's finish off the show. We made $146,645. And that's that. So I will see you all in the next one.